Hey family, it's Netta back at you with another video. So, I'm going to tell you this. It is my belief that it is time now for Black Americans to separate themselves from white America, most definitely. It is time for us to get back to within ourselves so that we can build and that we can prosper. It is time for us to not depend on this system of government in reference to every part of it. That includes who the next candidate will be for president. It's time, family. I'm going to tell you something I believe. Because I read my Bible and I believe in the Bible. Not that I'm a Christian. Okay? No. That I believe in the scriptures. Donald Trump was meant to get into office so that white America could have some discomfort. Okay? A lot of you, my fellow brethren, black people, are fighting against what is happening instead of just accepting it and letting it go. See, for far too long, white people have had the convenience of not caring when black people were murdered in the streets, shot down like dogs. They were, restricted from just living a normal, regular, everyday life. White people have not experienced that in America. Okay? There are some that will say, I was poor. I get it. I get that you were poor, okay? But being poor is one thing, okay? Dealing with classism. But then dealing with racism is a whole nother beast. Black people have not had the ability to, just live their lives as you have lived your lives. And I believe separation is key for our success. And those that are black, because I don't care about anybody else right now, that are fighting against it, that are in our community, we need to look at them real funny, just as those Africans should be looking at their leaders that are not joining with Johari and Niger and Mali. We should be looking at any black person within America that's black American that is advocating that we don't sever ties with these people. We should be really looking at them sideways, because what is the end game for them? Family, it's time. When we were separated or in segregation, even though, our ancestors fought because they, let me tell you, I believe they thought fighting for not having segregation was going to make their lives better, that they would be able to partake in a lot of the things that were being afforded to white folks. But what they didn't take into consideration is that being unseparate from them was going to, how can I say, put a damper on us and what we do. Okay? Before that, we were in a much better economic position. There was not only one Black Wall Street. There were many. There were many towns that were burned down because white people were jealous of black people making moves, being prosperous. Okay? And so, in order to prohibit that, they would come in, kill people, as many as they could, and tear down the towns, burn them down, or put them underwater. Okay? We have a lot of towns around America that at one time were black towns that are now under Central Park, okay, under Lake Lanier, okay, and many others, okay? And so, you know, I believe the Most High is allowing all of these things to happen. I believe the Most High allowed, because they can't do anything under him. I believe he allowed Trump to get into office so that these people could get some kind of understanding as to what it's been like to be under this government and be black in America, okay? But for those of you advocating, okay, and thinking that voting for the Democrats, you know, for this year, for the midterms, is going to bring about any changes, it's not brought about any changes since we've started voting for the Democrats. I, too, at one time, was an advocate for voting Democratic. Okay? I voted for Democrats for over 30 years. And in over 30 years, I've not seen any progress in our community. We don't have a hate crime bill. Okay? The police have immunity in our community. They can kill at will. Okay? If the police officer is removed, he's removed without impunity, so he can go anywhere else and get another position in the police force. Okay? As in the case with Tamir Rice. This man, since he killed 12-year-old Tamir Rice, has gotten 2 other law enforcement jobs, and thank Yahuwah that people got wind of it and started complaining, and then they terminated him. But trust me, they didn't terminate him because they wanted to. They terminated him because it's going to make bad publicity. Family, it's time to separate. Stop fighting against the grain of the Most High, and let's us be diligent in looking after ourselves. You know, in the Bible, in Revelations 18:4, it says, "Come out of her." He is telling us to come out of her in every way. That means come out of her from the voting system, come out of her from everything else that we're dealing with her in. See, since our people have integrated with these people, a lot of our people have become very, very toxic. Okay? A lot of the things that are going on in our community was not going on in our community back in the day. And it is time for us to understand that 1 + 1 = 2. And it's time for us to separate again. And many of us are doing that just as we speak. But there's still many of us that just refuse to get on the bandwagon. Family, it is time for us to separate. Separation is key for the black survival. They are predicting that by 2040, that there will be no black wealth, period. It will be zero. I think that's a farce. It'll be zero if we continue to stay connected to these people, because we're going down with the ship like the Titanic, okay? Without a lifeboat or a paddle. But if we can separate from these people, I'm telling you, we'll come out ahead. So I thank you so much, family, for listening and watching the video. I hope that you will like it. I hope that you will chime in and let me hear what you got to say in the comments. And share the video if you so feel inclined, okay? All right, family, thank you so much. And I hope and wish all of you peace, love, and blessings. And Black Power, family. Black Power. All right, take care. Bye-bye.